Okay, good morning, welcome back to T-Upload TV. I'm the Average Golfer. Behind the camera there we've got Joey the Tweet, and we're at Clark's Golf Centre this morning, and we're continuing to look at the newly launched Nike range of golf clubs. We've just finished our review of the 3 new driver heads that they've released, so check out those videos later. But for the time being we're going to go back to the irons. Very much in the same, under the same titles as the drivers. We've got the Vapor Fly and the Vapor Fly Pro. Quite different in terms of looks. Colour straight away, one is a chrome finish and one is a very dark black, gunmetal grey, let's say, finish. So very much more distinguishable than the separation between the two of the drivers. Right, we've got our shafts ready, we're all good to go. Let's get these tested. 7 irons today. Let's see how they compare to the current clubs that we've got in the bag. Okay, we're back and ready to go. 2 stock shafts fitted. Again, regular shafts similar to what I use currently. We've done a lot of testing with this XP95 regular shaft. Now then, I think we'll start off the other way around actually. We'll switch those about and we'll start off with the Vapor Fly. Made a brief reference to the looks of the club. Very distinguishable and difference between the two. As I said, one's got a chrome gunmetal finish, one is a very, very dark grey with the blue swoosh and the yellow swoosh there on the Vapor Fly. Both, I've got to say, really attractive to look at. Love the look, love the finish of them. In terms of sitting behind the ball, let's put that one to one side. We're going to start off with the Vapor Fly. So this is the aimed at the, I would say, again, mid-handicapper. A little bit more help with this club. Let's just reach down and dry one of these balls off. We've gotten, I mentioned on a couple of the videos with the drivers, the balls are soaking wet this morning. I'm not sure the stats are quite as good as what they should be. Are we all ready, Joe?
Yeah.
Ready to go, Joe? Right, now then, first of all, sits behind the ball. This has got a thick top line, and I've seen these clubs sit behind the ball literally first time about 15-20 minutes ago, and that was the first thing that caught my eye. They hide the sort of, they're not very thick in terms of bulbous at the back edge of the club, but the top line, like I said, is quite noticeable. However, I will say, as terms of how they sit behind the ball, very little offset, look very nice, and encourageable in terms of wanting to hit the ball, in terms of breeding confidence to want to hit the ball. The science behind these clubs is there's very much, again, all the same references about encouragement and science that's allowed you to launch the ball further, greater flexibility or allowance rather in terms of off-centre hit. But the big thing with these is there's a different setup throughout the club range. So from 3 to 5, 6 through to 8, and then the short irons again, there is a slightly different construction in the clubs for, so the longer irons, the greater help there is in terms of focus on ball flight and trajectory, and in the short irons it's all about greater feel. Right, now then, enough talking. Let's see how we get on in terms of some stats. And maybe we'll quickly ignore that one, as that was not a good shot. What did we get to there, Joe? 130 yards, what a great start. I think I should apologise to Nike for that one. Right, try again. Much more like it. Great, powerful fire off the face. Felt superb. I don't know, 159. I think again, just going back to, we'll throw up my stats at the end as a comparison for you. My 7 iron we're testing today, my 7 iron Mizuno MP5, I think I average just over around the 160 mark. So again, that's what I'd be looking for in terms of distance, as a comparable distance at least. Let's try another one. Like I say, there's a great feel from the club. Noise is nice, sound is nice. This isn't a forged head, but it's got great sort of feedback into the hands, and I've got to say, immediate thoughts, very positive about these irons. What do you do? 158, so consistent again. Fairly straight, Joe?
Yeah, 1 yard out.
So both strikes fairly central, apart from ignoring our little first duff, which would have been out of bounds on a par 3. It was that bad. Let's see how we get on with this one. Oh, it's a nice feel, that is. I've tugged it slightly left, but it's so crisp, the strike, and I just love the sound out the club. I think that's longer, I would say. That's 167, it certainly felt it. It was probably my better swing, even though it took it down the left. Most of the strikes have come from the centre of the club. How many have you hit, Joe? Is that 4? I think we'll maybe give it 6 because, like I said, to be fair to Nike, I better scrub the first one, I think. We need a good editing team to get rid of the bad shots, I think. Are you up for that, Joe?
Yeah.
Get rid of that one in the edit. Right, let's have a go. Oh, I really like them. That is so nice. That again, I would think slightly left of centre, but so powerful, the ball flight. 173. It's the feel that the club gives. You know, it's again. When I first looked at the clubs I mentioned prior to us starting the testing, it does look a very thick top line, and it's not something that I'm that keen on. It does put me off straight away, and it shouldn't do. Well, it shouldn't do based on the performance of these things, because all of a sudden, after hitting 3 or 4 decent shots, I forget what the top line looks like completely, and I just want to hit another one. You know, it's so I've already been persuaded to forget that. And that was unfortunately, I got greedy, went for one more and hit my worst swing, and again, that's down to my swing, and we won't blame the club. I was all going to mention the shank word. I shouldn't really, because I've got another iron to test yet, but that's right near, the hosel. Anyway, for me, that's pretty much a complete package. Looks wise, it is superb, apart from that top line, like I said, but that's something that goes with the territory with this type of club. But yeah, looks wise, superb, felt superb, and I felt ultra confident behind the ball and ready to strike. And when you got one right, the feel was absolutely superb. So that is without a doubt, a thumbs up. Now then, let's see how we get on. We're going to switch over to the Fly Pro. If you watch the driver video, these names are, I'm struggling to get them out this morning. But again, these are absolutely stunning to look at. Not often you see a kind of such a dark club face all round. I really do like the look of them. What do you think of the looks, Joe?
I like the black ones.
Do you?
They're just different, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just, I mean, it's I don't know.
It's Nike quite modern, aren't they?
They're visually stunning, aren't they? They're so different, and they really do look nice, I've got to say. Now then, excuse my top of my head. It's not the best view. Right, mind you, neither is this one. Right, let's get one of these dried off. So, again, I've already mentioned how good they look. This is the Fly Pro. So again, slightly more compact face. Top line becomes thinned out considerably. And it is more what you term your better player's iron, I would suppose. So I think it's aimed at the sort of, I don't know, mid to low handicap market. Right, nothing much more to say about this. Technology is very, very similar. Again, there's this progressive change throughout the set and throughout the irons, right the way through from the lower irons through to the wedge. That's exactly the same. That's nice as well. Nice as well. That is a really nice feel to it. Pulled it slightly down the left, I would think, which, as everybody knows, is my favourite shot. Maybe got a little bit of the mat first. What did it do?
162.
162. So I don't know. Maybe the mat first. It felt as though I caught a little bit of it. but it certainly felt nice in terms of feel. Oh, that's nice again. Yeah, I've got to say they do feel, that was slightly, again I haven't struck this one as well. I don't know whether, again, possibly because this is aimed at you know, a better player and a more consistent ball strike. I've got that one slightly out the bottom again. 162, so it didn't suffer too much in terms of distance. But yeah, maybe the first two indicate that you have to be a little bit more out of the centre with this club. Again, not the greatest of swings, slightly cut that one. Nice feel, I've got to say the feel of the club is very, very nice. How'd it do, Joe? 163, so they're absolutely, I mean, no matter, each ball now has been literally, in terms of performance, a yard apart. Yeah. That's pretty centre, was it?
5 yards off.
From left to right?
5 yards right.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, right, try a couple more. Oh, it's nice, Joe, again. They really are, I've got to say, I mean, there's not a huge difference between the two clubs at all. I think Lux is very much a personal preference because they are quite different, and I certainly wouldn't be put off by either of them. In terms of performance, 160. I think I was perhaps getting a little bit more sort of positivity out of the Fly rather than the Fly Pro. And I just mean by in terms of the feel, the feedback in the club head. Performance I think was slightly better, and I felt as though I was getting a little bit more help with the shots that weren't maybe so good. Let's try one more. I've not swung the club anywhere near as good on this second batch, and which is a bit disappointing really. So it's very hard to get such a comparison. I've pulled this one a lot more left, haven't I? Again, I mean, it's hard to say. We have got two different shaft types in, and again, we always say the same. It's important to get custom fit. Make sure that you've got the right shaft that suits your game. It can make such a difference. I'm just not hitting that as good at all. Not quite. It's not. It just doesn't seem quite as easy to hit. And I'm actually just going to finish off by going back. I like this club that much. What did that do, Joe? Last one? 155. So it wasn't the best. And don't normally do this, but we've got two irons on test, and I certainly enjoyed this one heck of a lot. And I'm going to give it one more go. Oh, there you go. That is the winner all day long for me. What have we got to finish off with distance wise? So we've got 189 to finish, a monster 7-iron for me. It's got so much help and support in terms of the club head. I love the swing. I did prefer the shaft that I had in that, interestingly enough. It's a True Temper ZT 85 regular flex. I'm not too sure of the accuracy in terms of my what I've just given you there. I've certainly just read from the label, but I did like the shaft. I like the whole feel of that club right the way through the swing, through the impact, and the help that that club gave for any off-centre hit certainly seemed to fire that ball out there. So for me so far, it's a mega thumbs up for the Nike Vapor Fly. Got that one right. Right, we're finished up here. Don't forget, give us some feedback below. Any comments, much appreciated. We will certainly be getting back to you. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week.